Strange story, this one. Romelu Lukaku has come out and said he might not be playing at the World Cup in 2022. Now, Belgium are probably going to qualify, but he says that the Euros in 2020 might be his last. He might retire because he'll be 27 and that'll be it. What's going on here? What's this all about?
I can fully understand it. I can only speak from experience. When I was a young player, got in the first team at Arsenal very young, at 17, and I was in the England youth side. I was in the under-21s, and every summer I was going away playing for the national teams. And as a result, I had long-term injuries because you just didn't have the rest that you needed. And if you're playing week in, week out, as he will be at the highest level, playing for Manchester United, at the moment he's playing for Manchester United, and then you're asked to then go and play in international games all throughout the summer, they say you will get the rest when you come back, but you don't really get that rest. And you need, mentally and physically, in my view, you need a rest. And I'm talking from experience. Other people say, well, your career isn't that long, so you should play at the top of your career for as long as you can. You play international football for as much as you can. But in the end, the people that pay your money are the club. And you want to give your best for the club week in, week out. And if you're playing international football every summer, I think that takes its toll on you. Yeah,
we've seen it with like Victor Moses and others. This isn't a specific Lukaku story. It's more a players deciding they've had enough when they've still got a lot to give. As Lukaku says, he's still in his prime. The question, therefore, is international football. Is it anywhere near as important as it used to be? If you told these guys you're just playing the World Cup and you don't have to do anything else or qualify or whatever, they'd probably do it. International football, yes or no?
International football is important, yeah, the country gets behind it, but I think most people now, if you ask them, do they support the national side or your club side, what's the most important? Most people would say the club side.
But it depends on the club they support. If you're a lower league supporter of a club in England or Scotland, you enjoy going away with the national team because you're never going to get it if you support a smaller club. But for the big boys, I think that's where you're right.
Yeah, but I think, again, it's about the players. The players are worried that they're going to be exhausted, they're going to have burnout, they're not going to be able to play well for their clubs. Then the clubs get angry with them because they can't play at the highest level. The fans then get onto their back. If you had to pick between your club and your national team, there's only one thing you can pick, and that's your club, because that's the people that pay your wages.
Here's one for you then. International football and those involved in international football are out to make as much money as they can. Okay? Players are human beings. You've said it about coming back refreshed or whatever. Do FIFA, UEFA and all the confederations have a job to do here to minimise the amount of time that these players are away so they can get more rest? Because we were lucky, we had a really good World Cup. Previous World Cups haven't been that good because there's been an element of tiredness. Can the associations and can UEFA, FIFA, CONMEBOL, CONCACAF do anything to reduce the number of games?
They won't, though. They won't.
No, I know.
Because it's money. They won't ever look at and see the well-being of the player. The clubs, likewise, don't always look at the well-being of the player. They want the best from those players that they've got on their books, that they pay a lot of money for. They're not going to say, well, you can miss 2 or 3 games here or there because we know you're going to go to the World Cup or the European Championships or whatever it is in the summer. They want the best from their players, so they're going to be tired. Then that's when you start to get injuries, when you don't have that break, when you're right on the edge of your physicality, which players should be right on the edge of their physicality if they're playing at their very best. So I think that's a major problem. And you're going to see more and more players, I think, retire from international football quite early.
Maybe he's just a smart guy, Lukaku, because look at Qatar in 2022. It's going to be played in November and December. Goodness knows what's going to happen there. There'll be all sorts going on. Interesting point of view from Stewart Robson. It's not just Lukaku, it's a lot of other players. Are they playing too much football? ESPNFC.com for more.